All right, hello and welcome to That's the Point. It's the place where we talk about construction technology. Joined with my partner, John Lopez. What's up, man?
Partner. Ooh,
Hey,
man.
I'm trying to make you feel good. You got a long one ahead of you. So,
Definitely.
so my name is Corey Meyer, and today we're going to jump into a topic that is really kind of exciting. It's kind of the bleeding edge of where we are going with field technology and field measurement, and that's actually using point clouds out in the field in the office. So sharing them up to the cloud using Trimble's new Trimble Reality Capture service. It's kind of a mouthful, but what that actually allows us to do is put point clouds and data back up into the cloud so anyone anywhere in the world can actually view the data quickly and easily. And so what we want to do today is the first of, actually we think like probably like a three-part at least, a series of what it takes to get, to take a shot at getting your data into the cloud and begin to use it. And so in this particular episode, we're going to jump in, and John is actually going to start with actually just getting the data prepared and pushing it up to Connect. And then in the second video, we're going to talk about actually preparing that within Connect, getting the tiling and all the imagery right. And then we could talk about the collaboration functions in a further video. So this is going to be one of three. So this is the first part of it. And we're going to sit down and get pretty deep into Connect and FieldLink to be able to do this. But John, before I set you loose, we also have to say that there's a couple, so this is kind of setting the table of what you have. So you're running, obviously, FieldLink on your T100, and you have a advanced module and scan module. You need both those because we're doing scan point clouds. Of course. And you're running the latest version at the time of this video, which is 2025.1. But the other thing that you'll need to have is a reality capture license, which you would get from your building point representative. So they'll be more than happy to help. There's actually some demo licenses out there to give it a shot. You can kind of have a little bit of space to upload some data. But your Trimble representative can absolutely help you with that if this is something that you need to scale and move on and build out within your organization. Okay, I feel like I talked a lot, so now we're going to jump in. And so John, you actually we're going to use a service center today. You took a couple scans within the service center, and we're just going to push that up to the cloud and play with that over the next couple episodes.
Yes, I geo-referenced some information, some scan data over one of our models for our building. So it's a great thing for quality assessment, quality control, checking stuff out in the field, or if there's a clash detection. This is going to be a great tool for you to have. So the first thing we want to know is when you have your scan data captured, you're ready to roll. You want to make sure that you understand that whatever you called your scan job in your project folder. So if you go to your file structure and you go to scans, I have a folder that's called TTP scans. That is what I'm going to be exporting locally into my tablet.
Well named.
So what I will do is first start off with understanding the different file types that you can export. So to do that, we're going to go into the scan menu, and we're going to go all the way down to the export menu. From here, we're going to have different file types that we're able to export at the bottom drop-down tab. The ones that you currently can import into Trimble Connect is LAS, LAZ, E57 structured, and E57 unstructured. So the E57s are like the most common ones that you use between SketchUp,
Autodesk,
Autodesk products. So we're going to stick to non-structured, which allows us to actually isolate and just export certain sections of the scan data without having to export any noise or anything that's unwanted.
Okay.
So from there, what I'll do is I'll select the E57 non-structured to actually isolate an area. So this is like a service center that we have here. Obviously, I have like part of the hallway and some noise that's probably reflected from a mirror or window. So what I'll do is I need to go ahead and isolate that. So I'll open up a section box. I'll just open up the zipper at the bottom and select my section box view. I'll press the plus icon to create one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to edit with the arrows on the edge of the box and only isolate the area that I need.
So by creating this section box, when you export a non-structured E57, it will honor this section.
Whatever's inside the section. From there, I'll close it out. If I need to make any further adjustments, like up and down, I can switch from my pan to orbit and just check that everything looks good.
Looks
up
great,
and down.
Man.
I love it. I'll just press my top-down view. And then all I have to remember is if the file size, it can really depend on how long this is going to export, especially if you took a lot of images with your scan stations. You're going to have to colorize them if you want to see color up in Trimble Connect. If not, it'll just be the standard grayscale. And as well, you need to have all your stations refined. So what I've done is all of my stations, they've already been colorized. So all I'm going to do is just finalize the process by clicking on the box and saying refine point clouds. From there, I'll just press the export. Now that we've got the export completed, what we want to do is we want to understand that we also, if we created this project locally within our tablet, okay, and you're cross-referencing a model with your scan data, you're going to have to make this copy of the model in your point file onto your Trimble Connect account. So what I would do is I need to save this whole project, and just so you guys understand, you're only saving the model and the points. You're not actually transferring the scan data itself. That's going to be its own separate process.
Right.
So what we'll do is, if you didn't have to do this, you weren't using a model, you're just trying to export scan data, you can just go ahead and move on from this. You just can go on to the next few steps.
But if we want the geometry and everything that you were using in the field, georeference and everything else, if you want all that to go at the same time, we have to do this step.
We have to do this step. So what we'll do is we'll go under the More, Projects, we'll go to Manage, we'll select Save As, and then we'll select the actual cloud icon.
That's your Connect.
That is my Trimble Connect, and then I'll press Save. So then from there, it'll start actually populating that TFLX file, all of the data settings, the way that the scan data was aligned, all of the model, essentially, the alignment of the model.
It'll pretty much just send everything except for the actual point cloud
itself. The actual point cloud itself. Okay. Now that that's saved, it's created that project within Trimble Connect. And to show you guys what you would do is you need to actually locate where you exported your data locally to, which is in your projects folder for this tablet within FieldLink. So what you would do is you would go to More, and let's just exit for now.
Oh man.
And then you'll go into your file explorer. You would go under your documents, you would find your FieldLink folder, and then it'll give you all the list of the projects that you have. The one that I was currently in was BPFL Office Aligned. And then I would click through until I see my exports folder. From there, I will double click it. And then I see that there is my TTP scans export E57. Now that I have that located, I can actually go ahead and open up, and let's just go ahead and upload this directly
from
the Field tablet. We'll go ahead and just open up your favorite Internet Explorer. Mine's going to be Chrome.
Should be Chrome, yeah.
So we'll go to Web Connect Trimble. Or I already have this bookmark saved somewhere.
What's the top link?
There we go. Makes my life easier. You'll have to log in, obviously, into your Trimble Connect account. If you haven't, mine's already logged in. And as you guys can see, I have several projects, but the most current one that I'm utilizing is that BPFL Office Aligned.
Okay.
All I have to do is tap on it. And what it's going to do is going to open up the Explorer and just show me all the different files that are within that project itself. And then all I have to do is I can either press the Add, Upload Files, or the easiest way, in my personal opinion, just drag and drop. Select the actual file, bring it into your web browser, and then just drop it in.
Actually, that did look easier than I thought you were about to. Okay, that was easy.
Yeah.
All right, so now you've got the, so FieldLink pushed up all your geometry, all of your setup data, all that stuff, and you just pushed the E57 scan count data to match up with it. And they do that because they don't want you to accidentally like throw a ton of data over the network unless you really mean to, because scan data can be large.
It can be. So, and if it does become a problem where you're looking at a file that's like bigger than 5 gigs, Trimble has given you the ability. So right here when you're in Trimble Connect, you can go to your Download Connect apps. You can actually download Trimble Connect Sync. It's right there.
There it is.
What you'll have to do is download, and that allowed you to actually transfer bigger data sets to Trimble Connect, so like your exports files that you're creating now, into Trimble Connect a lot faster than trying to just drag and drop directly through the web browser.
Very valid point. Okay, so this is part one, like we talked about. This is going to be a multi-part series of getting this in. But it's exciting because what we're going to end up with at the end of the day is going to be a single place that we can go and view this point cloud with anyone else in the world. Just as long as they have a web browser, they can go in, they can see the point cloud data, they can see the geo-referenced model, all that stuff. So this is the first step. So getting your E57 prepared and then uploading your geometry data to Connect So then the next step then we're now ready to go in and start to manipulate it within Trimble Connect and the Trimble Reality Capture Service step as well. So, and of course, if you have any questions about any of this, make sure you reach out to your local Building Point representative. They are there to help you with specifically this type of activity. John, you made it. Part 1 done.
Part 1. 2 more to go.
Don't
possibly.
go. Don't go anywhere. All right.
Okay.
We'll be right back. And don't forget, smash that subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest tips, tricks, and pointers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on That's the Point.